Hello everyone, it's Kari back again with you on the channel, and today I have a really fun seasonal card to share. We're going to make a full shaker card. This is the seasonal icons stencil from Missing Stamps, and look, they've got some St. Patrick's Day ones and Easter on there, and I really wanted to make a St. Patrick's Day card. It's coming right up. So I've got this hug in a mug layering stencil as well, and we're going to use the seasonal icons with the hug in a mug stencil and add our own icons to these little mugs. So to start, I'm going to tape down my panel. This is an A2 card panel, so it's 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. And I've got some shades of green here that I thought would be fun to use, and I'm going to just start with the lightest green and ink on some of that light green ink. This will create our mugs for us, and you can see they're really nice and light. And I want to have the handles for the mugs, so what I'm going to do is take a smaller brush and I'm just going to ink on those handles. I'm not going to mask off those other designs. And I think some of those other designs would be cute to use here and there as well. So you could do that too. But I found that that lighter ink wasn't showing up very well on the little handles, so I went in with the darker green, and I'm just avoiding the designs. So just getting those handles. So now once I have that, I'm going to go in with a little bit of iced spruce for the ones that have a little bit of like steam coming out of them. So I just use the iced spruce on those. Now I'm going to go in with the seasonal icons, and I'm taking just the one that has the clover on it or the little shamrock. You know, there's a difference between shamrocks and clovers, I'm learning. So a 4-leaf clover is a clover, and 3-leaf can be called shamrocks, I guess. I think that's what it is. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. So I'm going to take some of those, and then I've got this one that has 3 little clovers on it. So I'm just kind of picking and choosing which mugs I think they'll look good on. And that's pretty cute right there. And I think I'll add a little bit more though. So I want to cover all these mugs with either shamrocks, clovers, or there is a horseshoe in these as well. So I'm going to use that one too. But you can see I'm just kind of deciding where these are going to look good. Now, lucky horseshoe. Is it facing up or facing down? I had to look it up. Some believe that when the horseshoe faces up, it catches all the luck and holds it inside. And some believe when you put the horseshoe face down over a doorway, it drops all the luck onto you as you're passing through the doorway. So I felt like since this was a mug and it was going to hold our drink, it's also going to share some luck with us. So I faced them up with the openings up. So that was my reasoning behind that. Now I've got the Postage, Seal, and Shaker collection die set, and I cut out the shaker piece using some acetate. Now this does create a little bit of a score line, which is sort of hard for me to see. I had to hold it up to my face there. But you can fold that over and then reinforce it with a bone folder, which is what I like to do before I create my full shaker. So I'm just going to reinforce each of those score lines and then check to make sure my panel fits in the actual container here. It was just a little tiny bit too wide. So I'm going to trim off the smallest amount here. See, it was just like less than 1/8 of an inch maybe. And now I'm going to retry it, and it fits perfectly. And it's going to be nice and flat. One of the reasons I love this Postage, Seal, and Shaker collection to create your own shakers is because it's nice and flat. Sorry, I got a call there right in the middle of our voiceover. Now what you want to do is put some really strong score tape on each of those tabs of the acetate. And I press it down with my bone folder to make sure it's nice and secure. And then we're going to close 3 of those sides up, but only 3. But before I do that, I like to take a really old dryer sheet that I keep in my craft room, and I like to just rub it across the inside of that acetate, and so that my sequins are not going to have static cling against that acetate. So that's a little trick, but it is a very old dryer sheet. It still works for my static. And then I'm going to close up 3 of those sides. Now I've got some sequins here, and I thought that the gold sequins with some green sequins would look really good. And I'm also cutting out some of my very favorite letter die sets. This is the Modern Typeset Frame Die and Alpha set, and I have cut some of these letters out of gold glitter cardstock. And this gold glitter cardstock has some adhesive already on the back. And this is the way I like to cut out my letters so that I can just pull them off to be like stickers. And I also am using this tag set from Missing Stamps, and I cut out the smallest tag, and we're going to spell the word luck on this. To create a little bit of dimension, I'm adding some darker green ink around the edges of our tag. That's going to help it to stand out from our background. Now I can take the letters and put them down onto the tag. I may have to cut out a few more letters. I think I might be missing an L, that I've already used the L. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out a couple more letters and place them on the tag as well. Now I usually place them down nice and light. I don't press them down yet because I want to make sure the spacing looks good. So once I have the spacing the way that I want it, then I can press down those letters really well. And I use my bone folder usually to press those down. So there we go. This is going to look so cute on there. I'm just going to add a little bit of twine to that tag, and I'll cut off the extra ends there. But I think that twine really does add a little something. I'll just trim that, and now we can go ahead and add our sequins and start finishing this card. So I'm going to pour a little bit of the gold sequins in, some gold and some yellow in there, and then I'm going to pour in some of my green sequins. There we go. And that's going to look pretty good. I'm going to shake them all together. And I think that's going to be plenty of sequins, so I can go ahead and close up the last side of our shaker. I love that you can create your own shakers with Missing Stamps dies. Now I'm going to take some foam adhesive, add our little tag to the top, and to make sure that the bow does not come undone, I'll add a little bit of glossy accents to the center to keep that all together, and a little bit of glossy accents to each end to keep them right where I want them. So that's not going to move around too much. And I'm going to let that dry fully. Once it's dry, I can take the front panel with the shaker and add it to our card base. And to do this, I also like to use some really strong double-sided tape, like score tape. I got this one from scrapbook.com, and it's a little bit thicker, so I only need 4 lengths of it on the back. And now I'll pull off the backer and add that to our card base. For this part, I like to take my time, make sure the corners are lined up, and then press it all the way down. And I usually get a really good result when I take my time. So there we go. I've got a little adhesive on the back. I'll get rid of that with my adhesive eraser. But look at this, shake for luck. I love it for an easy St. Patrick's Day shaker card. I hope you enjoyed it too. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And I'll be back real soon with more cards. Now also, wouldn't that look cute as an Easter card? I think so. All right, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.